Welcome back. Another very important thing to understand and know in your website's SEO is make sure there aren't any 404 pages. Now, what are 404 pages? These are basically orphan or pages that do not exist. Okay, so let's say there's a link or whatever, or people are just going to your website. Somehow there's a broken link or there's a page that does not exist anymore. You need to know what they are and if they exist or not, right? So SEO Press has this awesome feature to create a log and record all the 404 pages. If you look at my website right now, I entered this URL which actually does not exist. So it says marketingwithwp.com/Ankis -t Rana, right? That's just my name broken into a weird way with a hyphen, and it says, oops, that page does not exist, cannot be found. I could actually set up a manual page that so it says 404, that content could not be found, and redirect them to the home page. That's fine. But SEO Press breaks it down. So if you go to SEO and then you go to Pro, because this is a Pro version feature, you go to redirection/404. It says 404 URLs in your dashboard, right? Crawlers, robots automatically will automatically exclude, right? So will be automatically excluded. 404s are bad because one, people come to your website expecting something, they don't get it, so it's bad for user experience. Second, performance. If the content's constantly not there, your website might get deranked, your website's content might be de-indexed because your website's losing authority in terms of the content's not there, right? So also it could be issue with crawl budget. Remember I talked about crawl budget in the earlier videos. If a search engine does not think your website is worthy enough to get a lot of crawls and get your links and content indexed because you have a lot of 404 pages, then you're essentially gonna lose ranking. You're essentially gonna not be awarded or rewarded with traffic from search engines, because search engines, always remember, search engines want the best experience for their users. And by showing your website and your content, search engine is saying, hey, your website can be rewarded because your content is good. Imagine people click on the link shown on Google and they end up on a 404 page where nothing exists. Users gonna think, damn, Google, why do you even show me this? Because I don't want to come to Google anymore. It's not answering my question, right? So always it's about creating a win-win situation. Now let's look at how do you monitor your 404. There's a quick and easy option. It says view redirects, viewer 404. It's basically going back to that redirection section to create a 404 thing, right? So first thing you could do is create a 404 monitoring, a log. And you could always say my 404 can be cleaned in 30 days or whatever, right? Otherwise it keeps going higher. So you could also redirect 404 to a custom page. I have not yet made that, but you could. I right now do none, and it's showing the theme's default 404 page. But if you want to direct them to a nice, friendly 404 page that says, hey, seems like content does not exist, contact us and let us know what you were trying to access, and maybe we can help you. That's one thing you could do, right? So that's possible. I've not done it. So you could also enable email notification. If the 404 log is activated, you every time someone hits a 404, you get a notification saying, hey, someone tried to access this page and it does not exist, right? And you just put in your email. But that's how it is. So if I say I want to log, save it, right? And then I can actually view my 404s. So if I go here, if I go to SEO and click on broken links, right? Now I want to see, let's say, what is broken or not. So there's this feature that you can scan your broken links. You can click on scan broken links in SEO Press, and then you can say how deep do you want it to go, how much do you want it to scan, what content would you like it to scan. You can select all of that over here. But keep in mind, the more things you select, the more in depth you go. It'll tell you it's gonna take more resources of your website. It's gonna take processing power. So I would say try to give it higher timeout, like let it load slow, and then let it also don't go that deep, right? So what happens is, let's say you find out your 404, you find out. So there's this thing over here. So let's say you find out your 404 or any other errors, it'll come over here, right? It'll come over here. Let's actually enable this right now. Boom, it's a 404. Let's see if it shows up here. There you go, the 404 is here. Now what you could do is you could enable a 301 redirect if it's content you know that already exists. Otherwise, if you think it doesn't work or if it's not, it doesn't matter, you could always trash it. But you see the monitoring already works well. I would say let the thing clean automatically every 30 days, because sometimes there's content created by the theme, there are crawlers going on, it might be indexing stuff. Just keep monitoring it now and then, because there's a lot of other things going on the website, right? Like there's not just content, there's a lot of files and there's a lot of other things going. So it might help you get a direction, it might help you give an idea, but don't always see like if there's file missing and stuff. It might just be a system thing, you know, it's not your problem. But if you see it on a content issue, like if it's a blog post or a page or a custom post type and it's getting issued, then it's something worth checking out. Okay, otherwise it might get bloated. That's why I recommend it to clean every 30 days. Otherwise your database gets bloated, it's gonna have a lot of record. So once you know if it's a content that needs to be redirected, we already talked about how to create a redirection. You go here, make sure the URL is entered here, put it to a new URL, and your redirection is created. So that's pretty simple. And now your website's gonna perform well. The content's gonna be found, your users gonna be happy, everyone's gonna be happy, and hopefully Google's gonna reward your website on search engines with higher ranking.